चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
In the delegation is the former US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. They are in Himachal Pradesh. They're holding talks with the Dalai Lama. The meeting has drawn sharp reactions from Beijing. Beijing is not too happy about this meeting. And India finds itself at the center of this diplomatic row as Beijing voices strong opposition to Pelosi's meeting with the Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama. Big updates coming in on Republic TV, and my colleague Gursimran is there. He is in Dharamshala and McLeodganj, and he's been getting us all the top details on the ground. Coming across to you right now, Gursimran, what is happening as we are getting our viewers all the top details? Last update we had, Gursimran, was that the US delegation and Dalai Lama, they're having a meeting as we speak. What is happening?
See, irked and rattled are the two words that actually suits Beijing's status for now, as Beijing is rattled with what is happening. Right now we are outside the temple, the Dalai Lama main temple in the McLeodganj, and right now the felicitation ceremony of the delegates is taking place. I'll request Gaurav to zoom in to show you the ceremony that is underway. All the delegates that have arrived from the US are being honored by the Central Tibetan Administration, because the parliamentarians, they are the ones who have been the backbone of the law, that is the China-Tibet Dispute Act, that is going to be signatured by the President of the United States, Joe Biden, in days to come. And now, as we speak, they are being honored by the Tibetan people, because what the people of the Tibet says that this law, when will be signed by the President of the United States, will ensure that the misinformation that China is trying to spread on the Tibet, claiming it to be part of the People's Republic of China, these all will fall flat and will have no relevance on ground, as the world will come to know that how China's expansionist policy, this was part of the China's expansionist policy. Now, in a couple of minutes, the first address will take place. There will be at least 4 addresses by the delegation members of the United States that are here, but the key addresses will be of the Nancy Pelosi, the former speaker, and also the head of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Congress, that is the McCall, who will be addressing for 15 minutes each. And this 15-minute each address by McCall and Pelosi are going to be really very important, because they will not only speak about what the US thinks, but it will have the impact of what they have discussed inside with His Holiness Dalai Lama, the photos of which we too have discussed. And now the senior delegate members of the United States are being honored. I'll request Gaurav to keep on to the visual so that we can show you that the ceremony is underway to honor and to thank the US delegates who have come all the way from the United States here to meet the Tibetan delegation, the Tibetan members, and also stood firm with the United States. This act of the United States sending their delegation to India, this not only means that the US is keen that there is a resolution to the issue, but this also suggests that the US stands firm with the people of Tibet in their fight against China, which is challenging its sovereignty and the unity of the Tibetan territory.
Right, Gursimran, keep getting us those visuals. Coming back to you for more on the story. Very important, you know. So on one hand, we have China not too happy with what is happening. They have said that they will, I repeat, that they will resort to resolute measures if Biden signs the Tibet bill and makes it into a law. What is China saying about all this stuff? All right.
Thank you, Mr.
All right.
President.
We'll go back to Gursimran in just a moment. But this visit to India of the U.S. delegation is also coming as both U.S. and New Delhi have shared that they both are on the same page when it comes to the Chinese threat. Jake Sullivan
the school children
is in New Delhi this week.
That was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it demonstrates why we have to keep the Tibetan culture alive and well. But there we go. Let me just say it's an honor to be here today and to lead this bipartisan delegation from the United States Congress to meet His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. Like many of you, I wish this meeting was happening in your homeland of Tibet. But you were forced to flee 65 years ago after the Chinese Communist Party annexed Tibet and slaughtered tens of thousands of innocent Tibetans. The CCP was determined to end the Tibetan culture and forcibly bring the Tibetan people under their control. To save his people and his culture, His Holiness led more than 80,000 of his followers on a perilous journey, 4,000 kilometers through the Himalayas to safety. They left behind their homes, their friends, and even some of their family, all with the hope of preserving their way of life for future generations. Thanks to the kindness of the Indian people, His Holiness and his people are able to live freely here and practice their religion without fear of persecution. But it is still my hope that one day the Dalai Lama and his people will return to their home in Tibet in peace. Decades later, the Chinese Communist Party continues to threaten the freedom of the Tibetan people, and they have even attempted to insert themselves into the succession of the Dalai Lama, but we will not let that happen. Even after the violence and forcible removal from his homeland by the CCP, His Holiness continues to preach tolerance and peace and forgiveness. He reminds us that even if the CCP takes your land, they cannot take away your culture. They cannot take away your spirit. And they cannot take away what the Tibetan people mean to the rest of the world. Yesterday I visited the Temple of Democracy here. You know, Chairman Xi says democracy doesn't work. But Chairman Xi is wrong. Democracy does work. For in democracies, people are free. Under tyranny, people are enslaved. Just this week, our delegation received a letter from the CCP warning us not to come here. They repeated their false claim that Tibet has been a part of China since the 13th century. But we did not let the CCP intimidate us, for we are here today. For the Dalai Lama knows that this is not true, that Tibet is part of China. And the people of Tibet know that that is not true. And the United States of America knows that that is not true. The Tibetan people possess a distinct religious, cultural, and historic identity. They should have a say in their own future. You should. And you should be able to freely practice your religion. And that is why we are here today in defiance of that warning. The timing of this visit couldn't be better. We are here just 1 week after the House of Representatives and the Congress passed the Resolve Tibet Act. This bill makes it clear the United States believes Tibet has its own unique language, religion, and culture, and has a right to self-determination. The bill also requires the State Department to aggressively challenge CCP propaganda about Tibet. So along with my friend Congressman Jim McGovern, who is also here today, and the author of the bill, I am proud to have sponsored this legislation, and I want to thank him for working with me to get this bill and Congressman Meeks on the committee to get this bill to the President's desk, where it will be signed in the coming days. In my private meeting with His Holiness, I presented him with wind chimes that play America the Beautiful. I told him that wind cannot be seen, but it is a powerful force that is always present. My hope is that this wind chime reminds him that even when our delegation leaves here, that America the Beautiful will support Tibet to remain a powerful force that is always present. You know, the Dalai Lama is a manifestation of the Buddha of compassion. It is said the original Buddha of compassion chose to reincarnate so he could continue to serve the people for generations. I see that compassion not only in His Holiness, but in all of you, the Tibetan people. So thank you for having us, me and the delegation here today. And let me close by saying, Tu Che Che. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative McCall. Vijela Amrigator or May Kimi Bishop Gregory Meeks Robertson, and you may ask Honorable Representative Gregory Meeks to address the gathering.
Tasha Dali. It is great to be here with all of you. And I'm proud to be here today with my lovely wife, Simone. I want to thank the chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Michael McCall, for leading this delegation.